Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to another Jets Media live stream. And today we're going to be previewing the Jets and the Bills. The Jets and the Bills. Do the Jets have a sweep on their belts? We beat the Bills once. Can we do it again? This is the Mike White revenge game because we all remember that Mike White had his worst performance of his career last year against the Buffalo Bills. So now the New York Jets are sitting at 7-5 on the year, the 7th seed in the AFC, and we have an opportunity to make a big statement and go 8-5 and increase the Jets' playoff odds. Now, this is going to be a very tough game for a lot of reasons because the Bills are playing good as of late. They're more of a well-balanced offense the last time we saw them. They're getting healthier. They do not have Von Miller anymore, but they will have Trey White, Poyer, Milano, who are not out there in that game. But the Jets will have some reinforcements as well if you want to compare that matchup. We'll have Corey Davis, who was not there in that game. We'll have George Fent, who was not out there in that game as well. So things are looking good for the Jets. We're obviously coming off a heartbreaking loss against the Minnesota Vikings, and that freaking still stings to this day. You know, we're reliving all those memories at the goal line, and the Jets were unable to execute. Braxton Berrios cannot catch the ball, and the Jets just simply cannot get the deal done. So we are going to be talking about New York Jets potentially winning against the Buffalo Bills. So if you guys could do me a gigantic favor, hit the thumbs up button, guys, on your way into the show. And subscribe as well because we are inching very close to 15K subscribers. And it would mean a lot to me, guys, if you could help me out to get to that big-time milestone. So we're going to get into the live chat. We're going to hear from you guys. And I have some key points and some things to break down in today's show for sure. So if you want to rewind to the last time Mike White went up against the Buffalo Bills last year, where he had those 4 interceptions, you know, it really comes down to the Jets team not being as good as where they're at today. The defense was trash. We gave up 24 points in like the first half. So it resulted in Mike White trying to play hero ball. And I think we can all agree if the Jets are down 24-3 against the Buffalo Bills team with their defense, it's going to be a very tough game to come back from. So this game is more on the defense, in my opinion, than Mike White, because we saw against the Buffalo Bills last time, the key to that one was holding the Bills to only 17 points, holding Josh Allen out of the end zone. I mean, he got in the end zone twice on the ground, but he threw two bad interceptions. We sacked him around 5 times, and we were all over Josh Allen in that game, and that is the big reason why we won. So that's what's going to come down to. Can the Jets defense do that all over again? Can the Jets defense get to Josh Allen, force him into turnovers, sack him, hit him? Do not allow him to run. Can we contain Stephon Diggs over the top? Allow stuff underneath, but keep the Bills out of the end zone. Not going to be an easy task, but I like the Jets in this game. We're 10-point underdogs, which is ridiculous. They do not respect the Jets, and I love that. Keep disrespecting us. At 7-5, we went toe-to-toe with one of the better teams in the NFC in the Minnesota Vikings, a game we should have won, but we did not come out there. We got Bam Knight, who's playing phenomenal football as an undrafted free agent. We have Michael Carter returning in this one as well. So there's a lot of things to look forward to in this game, man. Because if the Jets sweep the Bills, all of a sudden, we got a lot of stuff to talk about in terms of playoff implications. So shout out to everybody in the chat. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday afternoon. Hit the like button. It's free of charge. Thank you, my holy king. I appreciate that. Everybody hit that thumbs up button. So today's flight preview is sponsored by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a daily fantasy app, and I want to show you guys the money I made last week on PrizePicks to encourage you guys to sign up. PrizePicks gives you a lot of opportunities to make some good money. It's a daily fantasy app. And if you use my promo code JETSMedia, they will match 100% of your deposit up to $100. Look at what I hit last week. I had Mike White's more, 250 yards. I had Garrett Wilson's more, 60 yards. I had more on 53.5 total yards for Zonovan Knight. Greg Zuerlein more than a field goal and a half. More than 33.5 pass attempts for Kirk Cousins. And I had less than Hawkinson's yards. Put $20 down to win $500. Let's go. I cashed in, baby. I cashed in. So if you guys want to follow along, download PrizePicks and look at the money that you can make on PrizePicks. So let's see the type of money we can make on today's entry. They do have a Justin Herbert promo, so we're going to add that one. We're going to add Mike White as well. So they got Corey Davis at 37.5 yards. Garrett Wilson at 61.5 yards. And I feel like, Mike White, 36.5 pass attempts. We do not want him to pass the ball a lot because that means we win. So we're not going to take that one. I like Mike White's yards. I think that Mike White at 250 yards, he's going to get that. Garrett Wilson at 61.5 yards, he's definitely going to get that as well. And I like CJ Uzomah getting over. CJ Uzomah has been heavily involved with Mike White. He's hit over 10 yards both the games with Mike White. I think that's a lock. 10.5 yards is very low for CJ Uzomah. So I'm definitely going to take that. So I'm going to take more on Justin Herbert, more than a half a yard. That's a lock. And we'll see what they got for the Bills' sake of things. Dawson Knox, 27.5 receiving yards. He's been totally non-existent in their game plan, so I'm taking the under on him as well. I feel like the Bills, for whatever reason, are not feeding Knox the ball, and I think that's going to continue. I'm also going to take the under on Singletary because I think James Cook is their new back. I think James Cook is the guy for Buffalo in terms of running the ball. So I think the Jets will hold Singletary to under. He is actually, now that I look at it, he's still getting the rock a lot. He did hit that over 4 straight times. So maybe I'll stay away from that one. Gabe Davis at 3 catches. I think he's probably going to hit that one. Isaiah McKenzie, he's been heavily involved as well. Josh Allen, 300 total yards. So the Jets held him to 291. I don't know if that's going to be an easy task. Stephon Diggs, 6.5 receptions. That's a lot. The Jets held him to 5 catches last time. You know what? I trust our secondary. We're going to take the under on that. He's going to get 6 catches or less. Let's go, baby. Successfully submitted. If you guys want to join PrizePicks, use the promo code JetsMedia down below. And again, guys, my entries have been doing well. Look at what I hit last week, baby. Look at what I hit last week. $20 to win $500. So again, guys, if you want to use my promo code JetsMedia to sign up today, that would mean a lot to the channel. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning into the show. Let's freaking go Jets. All right, so when you break down this game in terms of the Jets' perspective, I think it comes down to, their fundamentals. How are the Jets 7-5 to this point? Why are the Jets a successful team this season? How are they in the playoffs? Well, it's simple, man. They're fundamentals. They're a defensive-minded team that can run the ball and win on special teams. And I think that this has to be a game where we establish a consistent running attack. The running attack against the Vikings wasn't really as good until the fourth quarter. Bam Knight really helped out the running game with that big-time explosive run, thanks to Connor McGovern, who had a key block on that play, who freed up Connor McGovern. Connor McGovern freed up Zonovan Knight on that. Without that block, Zonovan Knight does not have that day and that yard. So shout out Connor McGovern on that play. So I really feel like the Jets have a big opportunity for this one to be, grounding and pounding down the throats of the Buffalo Bills defense. Now, it won't be easy. The Bills are one of the better defenses in the league, especially with, Matt Milano and all those players returning. So, the Jets' offensive line, I think that's going to be an X factor in this game for sure. There's a lot of things that needs to go our way. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, Richie, what are you talking about when you're bringing up Connor McGovern on that play? Well, I'm someone that bases my knowledge off of film. So why don't we look at exactly what I'm talking about? So this is the key for this game. If guys like Connor McGovern and guys like, Lincoln Tomlinson, Nate Herbig can do like this is how we win. Watch Connor McGovern pull on this play and shed off Kendricks. That is an absolutely beautiful block. That frees up Bam Knight, and Bam Knight gets loose down the sideline for a 43-yard gain because of that block. So that is my point. Connor McGovern has been playing really good football in the run game, and this is a perfect example of why. So This is a good example of an offensive line that can free up the backs. Now, we have a player in Bam Knight who can explode because of these key blocks. Michael Carter is returning as well, which is why I feel like it's up to this offensive line to really make that step. George Fant returning is a big plus. Max Mitchell was not playing well, and that resulted in him being out for the season for whatever reason. So the Jets' offensive line, I feel like, needs to be able to step up, open up the holes in the run game, free up Bam Knight, free up Michael Carter, because that's why, the New York Jets have a chance to win this game because of the running attack. And when you talk about the passing attack, we got a star in Garrett Wilson in the making, man. We got Garrett Wilson looking like an absolute stud every single game. Now he has a big test. Trey White's one of the better corners in the league. He is banged up, man. He is coming off a torn ACL. He's only played a couple of games this year, so maybe Garrett Wilson can get the better of him, but Trey White is still a star at corner when he's healthy. Poyer is another guy who is a very good safety. Milano as well. So the passing attack is going to be, not easy. So that's where I'm looking at Elijah Moore. Can Elijah Moore get open? Can he get freed up? Guys like Corey Davis as well, even Denzel Mims, even Conklin and Uzama. We need other pass catchers to step up outside of Garrett Wilson, but that does not mean Garrett Wilson should not get at least 10 targets. We should be targeting that man at least 10 times a game because of the talent that he has with the ball in his hands. So when it comes to the offensive perspective, I really hope we can establish a run game and freaking score points, score touchdowns. We cannot go get 5 field goals and expect to win against the Bills. If you get into the red zone, capitalize, score touchdowns. It's that simple. So we got to make sure that Zonovan Knight gets the ball, Michael Carter gets the ball, both tight ends and all 5 receivers touches the rock at some point this season, man. This game, because I feel like the Jets have a really big opportunity here to make a splash and go 8-5 on the season and sweeping the Buffalo Bills. It's not going to be easy. Trust me. So, guys, if you could do me a gigantic favor, hit that thumbs up button on your way into the show, man. I greatly, greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. Malcolm says Garrett Wilson just won Rookie of the Week again. Let's go, baby. Garrett Wilson, 4-time Rookie of the Week award winner. Now, the next goal is Garrett Wilson to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, look at this picture right here. This was not a grab, but if Harrison Smith wasn't there, it would have been an insane touchdown for Garrett Wilson. Now, when you look at the defensive line and the defensive front in the secondary matching up against the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, he's definitely going to be learning from his mistakes. The two throws he wishes he had back, one of them was a terrible pass that resulted in an interception from Jordan White. Another one was a bad pass that resulted in an interception from Sauce Gardner. And the Jets defensive line got after him. 5 sacks in total. Jermaine Johnson had one of the better plays I've seen from a rookie. And it really comes down to this defense being able to smash and destroy Josh Allen. Do not make him feel comfortable. Bryce Huff, Quinton Williams, Carl Lawson, Jermaine Johnson, Michael Clemens, Nathan Shepard, Sheldon Rankins, all the fellas up front, including the backers, Quan Alexander, Quincy Williams, CJ Mosley. Can these guys be the difference makers? And we need the safeties to play better. They did not have their best game against the Minnesota Vikings. Jordan Whitehead missed a pick. It went right through his hands. And LaMarcus Joyner and Whitehead also got beat deep on Jalen Reagor's. And Kirk Cousins threw up a prayer that ball should never have been catched. So, this is a big test for this defense because we shut down the Bills once, but we got to do it again. That's what this division is about. You can play good once against a team, but can you do it twice? Can this game go into the fourth quarter? Can this game come down to a defensive stop? Can it come down to Mike White coming out there and try to, win us the game? I'm not sure. We heard Mike LaFleur talk to the media just now, and he said that, he has to be better, of course. And his mindset on that 4th and goal play call going empty was they practiced that play 6 weeks straight, and his goal was to get someone open, and someone was open. So, listen, LaFleur's got to get it together, but I also have to defend LaFleur a little bit because people need to realize that the Jets offense put up 450-plus yards. So does LaFleur get no credit for that? Right? LaFleur's got to be better in the red zone, absolutely. But for the people saying fire him and he sucks, get him out of town, I could not disagree more. Because Mike LaFleur has had back-to-back games with Mike White by having 450-plus total yards. Now, that doesn't scream incompetent offensive play calling to me. That's telling me that we have an offensive play caller that's learning, that's being pretty good, and he needs to fix his red zone issues. So that's my point here. I'm the first to tell you that he needs to improve his red zone play calling, but I also want to make sure that Jets fans realize that Mike LaFleur has been pretty darn good this season in moving the ball. All right? So you got to be able to, look at both sides of the coin here. Don't just jump on the narrative and say Mike LaFleur is an incompetent offensive coordinator. He stinks. He sucks. No, there's a lot of play calls in that Minnesota Vikings games that was pretty darn good. That CJ Uzama catch over the shoulder, that was a well-executed schemed up play to get him open. The play calling on 4th and 10 to get that ball to Corey Davis. I mean, that was just a phenomenal throw from Mike White. But there's a lot of instances where Mike LaFleur had a pretty darn good play calls. But when it comes to the clutch, he definitely has to improve. So that and when it comes to the red zone, that 4th and goal play, bro, Mike White threw the ball. Braxton Berrios had the ball in his hands, and he dropped it. So that's really what it comes down to. Braxton Berrios, you got to catch that ball, man. And if it's simple, if Berrios caught that ball, we'd be having a completely different conversation this entire week. So that's really what it comes down to, in my opinion. The players got to execute. LaFleur's got to be better. Mike White's got to be better. And the entire offense has to be better in the red zone and execute touchdowns. Not even in the clutch, man. If you get the ball down there, score touchdowns. I mean, we had 2 examples and almost 3 where the first play of the offensive possession turned into an explosive play to get them down into the red zone. The first one was to Garrett Wilson down the middle. He makes someone miss, runs all the way down to the 15-yard line. The other one was that block I just showed you of Connor McGovern freeing up Zonovan Knight for a 45-yard run. And the other one that Mike White missed was Garrett Wilson beat Patrick Peterson on a go route, double move, had him open, and he missed him. So there's 3 opportunities there. They hit on 2. So the Jets' offense is explosive, and they're showing that. Now, the X factors in this game for me, it's going to be, defensively speaking, the secondary for sure. Because they're going up against Stephon Diggs. And Stephon Diggs is a guy that can go out there and execute just dominance. I mean, Stephon Diggs is a guy that can get 8 catches, 100-plus yards at a touchdown in his sleep. So, are we able to do just that? What the heck is this? Who the hell is impersonating me? That just freaked me out. Shout out to whoever that is in the chat. But listen, man, this Jets team, they got a lot of things to work through. Adversity, how can they handle it? So I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the chat right now. Any questions you may have, we're going to open this up to a Jets Q&A about this game. Please let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat right now any questions you may have. Super chats skip the line and they get priority. So if you guys want to ask any questions regarding the game, let it fly, baby. Let it fly. I really hope the flu does not impact this game at all. Because that's scaring me, bro. What's up with Max Mitchell with the non-football injury? I wish I knew. There's no update on this at all. So, I don't really know what to say. He's done for the year. We got George Fant. Let's hope that Max Mitchell never needed to play regardless. Are you ready for a Jets logo Tongo on S? I hope so, man. That'll be great. Richie, do you think the Jets beat Buffalo on Sunday? This is a great question. I hope they do. I have confidence that they do because I have confidence in this team. And by the way, the Jets have not lost back-to-back games once this year. So let's hope that continues. Regardless of if we won, the fact that 4 red zone visits within the 10-yard line, why run the ball every first down, which either got us 1-yard loss or barely got to the yard of scrimmage? Yeah, the play calling needs to be better. No doubt about it, man. We need to establish a run. Mike White can't be forced to throw 50-plus times again. Ball control keeps the Bills' offense off the field. Yeah, absolutely. We cannot allow Mike White to throw the ball 50-plus times. That's a recipe for disaster. That's not winning football. You got to throw the ball like under 35 times and run that ball. For sure. So I'm really hoping that this Jets team can establish a run game, man. We need to be better on third down on both sides of the ball, and we need to win the takeaway battle, not to mention the fact that we cannot have missed tackles. Yeah, the defense has been, a little skeptical as of late. We need to make sure that we stick to the fundies on defense. Wrap them up. Don't allow people to, just run over us. And if you have an open field tackle opportunity, you take advantage of that. And the Jets got to make sure that they do that. And also being better on third down is a very key piece. So when it comes down to the Jets, defensively, third down needs to be a lot better. And of course, on offense, it needs to be better on third down as well. Not going to lie, I'm loving the Jets matchup this week. Hope it's close, though, so the game is entertaining. The game will be close. I can guarantee you that. Should I start Bam over MC in fantasy? I have the same dilemma in my league, actually. I don't know, man. Carter's coming off an injury, and Bam Knight has been more productive in 2 games than Carter has been all year, to be honest. So I honestly run with the hot hand of Bam. I think they're both going to get looks. I think they both have opportunities to score touchdowns. I think they both will be getting the ball. But I think Bam Knight is hot, and I'd run with Bam. Hennessy with the $5 super chat. What's good, bro? Richie, great job with Jake this morning and on the roundtable last night. You represent the Jets fan well, bro. Keep it up. Hennessy, my man, I appreciate that. You're my guy. And thanks for helping me out last night for the Jets on the roundtable. And thanks for the support for the Jake Asman show. Guys, you're well aware who Jake Asman is. I was on his show this morning, so make sure you guys check his channel out. I was over there. Felt really good to be talking Jets with Jake. Hennessy, the $5 goes a long way, my friend. Thank you so much. Myself asks me, like, who are you? And I know you found this picture on my Instagram. Who do you think is going to get the most snaps at running back? I don't know, man. Bam Knight's not going anywhere. So I feel like the Jets have an opportunity to split the carries. It could be either one. It's really hard to predict. Really hard to predict that one. What is the OC afraid of calling screenplays or working in our tight ends down the middle? I feel like he does call screenplays, but definitely not enough. And we definitely need to get the ball more down the middle to the tight ends. What's up, Richie? Let's go and prepare as best as we can and beat the Bills. I need it, especially being in Bills territory. # Jet up. Yes, sir, Caden. We got to get that job done, baby. Indy Jets, Richie, I got signed up for PrizePicks using AFC East. Let's go. Hey, new AFC East PrizePicks member. Let's go. Hopefully you win some money, my man. Listen to Chris. Don't respond to every stupid thing he says. I don't know what you're referring to there. Run the hot hand. I'm down. Also, Richie, thanks for taking our questions. Well, thanks for asking me questions. Let's resolve the biggest issue I have with Salah. What's with the lack of green unis? I'm not a fan either, but I got to know why. I expect new unis in the foreseeable future. That is definitely something that is obviously has no impact on this team, but the Jets have not wore the green uniforms once. They wore them 3 times in the preseason, and they haven't worn it once. Now, that's pretty mind-blowing. Doesn't make any sense. So, I don't know. That definitely something to think about. Myself asks me, I feel like we've been able to see Garrett's potential with Mike White. Hope he keeps going. You're spot on, Richie. You're spot on, my man. Myself. Yeah, I think Mike White is unlocking Garrett Wilson's full potential, and it's really, really exciting to see. Richie, what do you think Diggs gets in yards this game? I think he'll get like 80. Fresh, my man, says, this game is exactly what we've been talking about all summer. Meaningful games. Exactly. Let's take a step back for a second and appreciate the fact that we are in a meaningful game in December against our own division rival. Is there a reason why CJ doesn't get used at the goal line situations? I did not want him at Cincinnati, so I don't know if he struggles or on corner routes. I'm not sure. He had 5 touchdowns, and there he is on cue. He had 5 touchdowns last season with Cincinnati, and he does not have 1 this year. Definitely want to see him get involved more in the red zone. Richie, what do you think? We cut Flacco in the offseason, move Streveler up. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about the quarterback situation for next year right now, to be honest, my man. I just want to focus on this season. We'll have a lot of time to talk about the quarterback controversy the entire offseason. I don't really think Streveler is going to be called up to be the main backup eventually. I think, it's Mike White and Zach Wilson as the top 2 guys, and they'll probably get rid of Flacco for sure. Love your work, Richie. Keep it up, man. Hopefully the Jets can win this week, and then we'll have a scary game with the Lions after that. Thank you, Evan. I appreciate the support. It means a lot to the channel, my man. And, I couldn't agree more. If we win this game, bro, we have a big-time game against the Lions. I mean, that Lions game is huge regardless if we win or lose. Because if we lose, that game becomes even bigger. This is how you got to look at the rest of the season. Win one of the next 3 road games and win both games at home. That gets you to 3-2. That gets you to 10-7. And let's hope that's enough for the playoffs. Can we go back to the 80s Kelly Green mixed with black? That would be great. Love those uniforms. Facts, I would love all green. I don't care. We are the Jets, especially since we haven't worn it. Makes it that much more unique. We have not wore the green pants or the green jerseys once. It's been white and black all year. Pretty wild. I wonder what my guess is we're going to go white out on Sunday, and then I think we're wearing our green jerseys at home against the Lions. Say we lose this weekend, what scenario do we need to play out for us to make the playoffs? We lose this weekend, we need to sweep the Lions and the Jaguars at home and then win one of the next 2 games on the road against the Seahawks and the Dolphins, preferably against the Dolphins. So that's really the key, man. If we lose this game, you got to win 2 of the next 4 games. Excuse me. You got to win 3 of the next 4 games. And obviously you want to win out, but if we lose this game, you got to go 3-1 the rest of the way. Otherwise, we're out of the playoffs. I'd like to see Moore get some end-around carries, give a few that Berrios usually gets. Yeah, they actually gave Elijah an end-around on 2nd and 4, and he got the first down. So I definitely like to see Elijah Moore get the ball. Do you feel like this is a must-win game? I feel like at this point of the year, every game is going to be quote-unquote must-win. But I do see a path for the Jets to make the playoffs regardless if they win this game or not. Because, must-wins kind of translates to if you lose, you're out. And we're not out if we lose. We've positioned ourselves to be able to, lose this game. Obviously, if we beat the Vikings, we'd be in a completely different conversation right now. We'd be actually playing for the division lead right now. But it's a must-win. Every single game, the remainder 5 weeks are must-wins if you want to make the playoffs. You got to treat every game like a championship game, and I hopefully they pull out on top. Love that pick of CJ looking over the shoulder. What a catch. That was one of the greatest catches I've seen from a Jets tight end in a while, man. We should play more play action in red zone. Don't show your hand to the opposing defense. Yeah, I agree, man. What's up, Ryan? Welcome to the stream, my man. Woke Hogan says, I think we have Buffalo's number. We can play better against teams that throw the ball down the field than the quick pass game. Yeah, I agree. The pass rush got to be on their A game, man. Do you think we need to see more of CJ on the tight end position? Yes, I do. CJ Uzama needs the ball more. Sucks if White was quarterback against our garbage Pats. It's 2 more wins. Yeah, obviously it's what ifs, but watching that Bills and Patriots game on Thursday night last week, I could not stop thinking about the Jets getting another opportunity against that trash team in the Patriots. We def changing uniforms in 2 years. I like to see that. Imagine white color rush, white man green helmets. Fresh. That would be too fresh. Mike White, 3 touchdowns, 295 this week. Jets win 24-17. Bro, sign me the hell up. Defense, 6 sacks. That's a W if that means. Who are we going for tonight? We're going for the Rams tonight, which is probably not going to happen. But the Raiders are low-key. Like, if the Raiders win tonight, and the Jets lose, they're 1 game behind the Jets. So, right now we're looking at the Chargers and the Patriots behind us. But if the Raiders win tonight, they're right on our tails. So, let's go Rams tonight. I always wanted Matt Gray alternate unis similar to Fighter Jet. Yeah, that would be sick. The Jets have the best group of content creators of all 32 teams. Straight facts. Well, thank you. Appreciate you. We try our best, man. If the Jets want to have a chance at winning the division or even being in the playoff discussion, this is a must-win game. Yeah, absolutely. This is a must-win game. I think it's a must-win game the last 5 games, the last 5 weeks. Richie, have you watched the new New York Jets jokes account? It's hilarious. I actually have. I have watched that account, and I find it very humorous. They are a group of passionate, typical New York fans, and I love it. Hit the like button, everybody. It's free of charge. Thank you, my holy king. How many likes do we have? Only 41? Damn, I thought you guys liked me a little more than that. It's all good, though. I love you guys regardless. Richie, I feel like it's unfair to criticize Mike White on our last game. We were behind by 2 scores, and the run game wasn't good. Offensive line didn't play well. LaFleur did what he could. I think Mike White had a good game. He impressed me with a lot of his throws, but at the same time, Mike White wasn't perfect, and there are some throws that he's going to want back, I'm sure. I'm sure that throw he had to Garrett Wilson for that bomb on the go route down the right sideline, he want back. That throw to Elijah Moore on the second to last play of the game, I'm sure he wants back. There are some throws that Mike White would like back, no doubt. And he didn't play perfect, but he definitely played good enough football for me to feel confident about him being our guy for the rest of the season. Run game was good when Bam had the ball. Robinson, not so much. Yeah, man, the interesting thing about James Robinson, we traded for him. We thought it was a good idea, and now we're like, wait, we don't need him. We got Bam. If we win this week, quarterback discussion is over. Yeah, most likely. I miss AVT and Brees. Come on, Hennessy. You don't want to get me my feels right now. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. Thank you, Fresh. LOL, so confident going into Buffalo. Yeah, I mean, the Jets beat the Bills at home. It's not going to be easy to beat them on the road. That's for sure. Never said it was going to be easy. I don't know. They should get the shark head logo from the Flying Tigers Jets as an alternate helmet. We love Richie. Hit the like button. Show some love. Thank you, bro. What's up, Primetime Jay? Welcome to the stream, my friend. LaFleur needs to learn how to adapt when the run game is not working. Yeah, I mean, he threw the ball 57 times. So, I'm sure Kirk want that ball to his tight end back too. Yeah, I mean, that was a bad throw. He had Hawkinson wide open. Richie, who do you see in the NFC making the Super Bowl? I think it's between the Eagles and the Cowboys. Defense is ferocious. That can carry them to the Super Bowl. I guess don't sleep on the Buccaneers because they're going to get in regardless. And Tom Brady's different in December and January when the playoffs begin. I don't really see a wild card team making it, but you never know. I don't know. I see, and I guess the Vikings. I mean, I don't really think the Vikings can get through. Also the Niners have a chance. Obviously, I just named every single team that has an opportunity to. But I think the Eagles and the Cowboys are probably one of the 2 teams. Why does Bam feel like Brees and MC in one back? It's a weird and surprising. Yeah, I mean, he does have a lot. He does have a lot of Brees in him, and he does have a little Carter in him. So, sign me up. Just happy to be playing meaningful games in December. Yes, Rich. Let's appreciate it. Please, Jets fans, appreciate the fact that we're here and we made it. What's the weather looking like? I think the last thing I saw, 35 degrees and some rain and some snow. Ooh, I hope we smack them Bills. Me too, Ali. Hope all's well with you, my friend. Bam, similar to Philip Lindsay, took year maybe. I'm crazy. I don't know. Yeah, and you can even compare him to James Robinson, 2 undrafted free agent running backs. Doesn't matter where you drafted. It matters of what you do when you get to the league, and he's taking advantage of that. Mike White revenge game is going to be epic. Yes, sir. Bam Knight due for at least 100 yards on the ground. Yeah, he got 100 yards in back-to-back games in total. So I'm down for 100 yards on the ground. I think what's going to make Bam Knight get over 100 yards is him getting, and there he is, getting a long touchdown run. How great would that? Imagine Bam getting a 50-plus yard run for a touchdown. That would be great. We have the Bills' number. I would be great if we could become a team that turns into the Bills' kryptonite. Oh, I love that. We got to lock down Diggs and we can win. Yeah, sure. I'm hoping for 5 sacks. 5 sacks is the number to hit for sure if we want to win the game. Did the Jets stock up Tamiflu? It looks like we need it for this week. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if there's any update on who's back at practice or not yet. But we need to be able to be healthy. And I hope that we can. Bills' offense is predictable. Watch. Yeah, and I think the Bills' offense, it's predictable, but the issue is they're so good. Like, Josh Allen is Josh Allen. So it really determines what type of Josh Allen are we getting. But I will say this, though, about the Bills. Their offense has been a little – Dorsey has been adjusting, and they're way more of a balanced attack. You know, they're running the ball more. They're not relying on their pass game too much, and they're not as one-dimensional as they was when we versed them. So if we can stop the run and force Josh Allen to try to beat us with his arm, I like our chances. Garrett Wilson is a true number 1 receiver. Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, he is. It's all Josh Allen. It is. And we shut that man down. Let's do it. Eagles fan here. Thanks for tuning into Jets Media. Appreciate that. Bills are implementing a run game with James Cook. Yeah, that is definitely a player to look out for. James Cook is now becoming a big part of their offense. Been a Jets fan since 2000, and this team is the best Jets team I've seen so far, and they're mostly all young guys. That is the best part about this team, man. It's not like a one-year wonder, feels like. This is going to be a long-term thing, which is the best part about it. Jets shorts fan back at practice today, along with Corey Davis and DJ Reed, as well as they've been battling illness, and they missed practice on Wednesday, per Antoine V. That's big. That's big. We need them at practice this week. Which Jet is going to have a great game? Trey White healthy? Yes, Trey White is healthy. And I think the big game is going to come from Elijah Moore, man. This could be the Elijah Moore game. You know that Trey White's probably going to be following Garrett Wilson, and they're going to be, bracketing him and double teaming Garrett. So I think this is the Elijah Moore opportunity. And when you have a defense that's going to take away your number 1 option, this is your time, man. Elijah Moore, take advantage of your opportunity, bro. Take advantage of it. I also would love to see Denzel Mims take advantage of it. I would also love to see Corey Davis. We got some weapons. We have a 20-plus year dynasty. Yes, we do. Richie, love your channel. Keep it up. With that said, I love our GM, a real GM for once. All the moves, including the draft, great. To be able to plug in players from our practice squad, Bam, and grabbing Michael White, elite. T. Rivera, I appreciate the love, and I could not agree more. This is the job that Joe Douglas has done with this team. Jets fans need to start appreciating him more, like T. Rivera is right now. I mean, the injuries that we have, the depth that we've acquired, the talent. I mean, it's just unbelievable the job that Joe Douglas has done, and he's going to be here for a long, long time. Getting Bam Knight in an undrafted free agency. CJ breakout game. I love that, man. Give me a CJ Uzomah breakout game. Give me 5 catches, 50 yards, and a touchdown. Let's go, CJ Uzomah. I'm rooting for you. Another Rookie of the Week belt for Garrett. Yes, sir. You already know it. We beat the Bills with Zach Wilson and 154 passing yards. We're so much more capable now. Facts. And in that game, it was all of our defense. I mean, the defense won us that game, and Zach Wilson protecting the ball. So Mike White's got to protect the ball, move the sticks, and our defense got to do it all over again, man. I'll bank on Garrett Wilson. Moore's unreliable right now. I can see Corey Davis having a bigger impact. Yeah, no doubt. I think Corey Davis is the better player than Elijah Moore right now for sure. But I would like to see Elijah Moore take advantage of his opportunities. Mike White did miss Elijah Moore in a lot of opportunities on Sunday, and I'm sure he saw that on film. And I think that the Jets got to be able to take advantage of those, opportunities. Let's go Mets. Yes, sir. Justin Verlander. Hit that like button. Thank you, Rich. Good luck to your Jets. Richie, got nothing but respect for what you do and for your fan base. Ant 5000, thank you so much. I appreciate the love coming from Bills Mafia. I love that we got a nice, healthy fan base of the Bills and the Dolphins and the Patriots tuning into my show, courtesy of the AFC East Roundtable. And I appreciate you tuning into my channel, even though you are a Bills fan. That missed PI on Mims was pretty bad. Viking CB turned him sideways. Facts. I wish that he caught the ball, but at the same time, it was a borderline PI. JJ Ban made a Rookie of the Week. Hey, Jermaine Johnson, now's your time. Now is your time. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Still can't believe we lost. Me either, man. I feel like Quincy Williams is so underrated. He just tackles and hits hard. Yeah, he's definitely one of the most underrated players on this Jets team. Bills fans are so Canadian, I swear, very passive-aggressive, quiet AF when they get humbled. Hey, man, I respect Bills Mafia. They're a very passionate fan base. I went to college, upstate New York, surrounded by Bills Mafia, and I was with them during the whole Sam Darnold, Josh Allen era. Berrios needs to bounce back game after that drop. Oh, yeah. 3 inches and throw it deep to our smallest receiver. All of our linebackers are underrated. And it's going to be interesting, man, because Quan and Quincy are both free agents. And CJ, he's still going to be here, but he's going to have a big cap hit. So, definitely interesting to see, man. How about Quan Alexander's play on that third down? On that when the Vikings had the ball at the 1-yard line. Big play from Quan. I think Michael Carter's setback is because he's thinking about it too much, which impacts his run style. I see him trying to make the big play a lot of the time, north and south. Yeah, and I think that's a big reason why the Jets love Bam Knight is because he's a one-cut downhill style runner where he doesn't really go laterally. He likes to go up the field. He's violent. He likes to pick up the extra yards. A very different element to the run game Bam Knight brings. So I like Michael Carter. He's a very unique style of back. He's definitely not had a great season. He started off the year pretty good, by the way. But, when Breece Hall went down, he kind of had to feel like he needed to be the superhero like Breece Hall. So I really hope that Michael Carter can get going because we need Carter. All we need Carter to do, Fresh, and as you know, is just pick up the first down, man. Go north and south, help us move the sticks, and let's go. Watching Breece made him impatient with his process of getting better, taking it week by week. Like our defense changed our process with Zach. The extra gear Breece had just made him want that. Yeah, and I know in the offseason he told LaFleur that he got to step faster. Yeah, like you said, much more, especially when the plan was 1 yard faster. Michael Carter is good, but I like Bam Breece in the offense next year. Yeah, man, I like Carter too, but don't count him out. Carter's a good back, and he's going to prove it, I promise. What's good, Ray? The one thing we struggled with over the years was speed in the front seven. We have that now with the lockdown DBs. We are a very scary defense for every team. Facts, bro. Quan Alexander, Quincy Williams are very good linebackers to go along with C.J. Mosley. The secondary cannot be more playing better football, to be honest. And our defensive line needs to get going. I told y'all Bam Knight is a beast. Yes, he is. Breece. Bills are not humbled. You have not met us. You got lucky. Just wait. When you get blown out this week, you better admission that you're in deserve to be the first time 2-point luck. This is obviously a Bills fan talking. Still salty about us beating you. Sorry, man. We already beat your ass. We're going to do it again. Omar says, yo, Richie, Dolphins fan here. I love how you ride for your team and fans, unlike the people showing rage for the Dolphins in this community. Thanks, Omar. I appreciate that. I do my best representing the Jets fans here. I love this fan base. I will defend the fan base no matter what, even through the dark times. I mean, I started this channel when we hired Adam Gase. So I know nothing but darkness covering this fan base and covering the team. So I'm a voice for the fans. I like to give the fans some the voice their opinions, because every fan's voice deserves to be heard. And that's my mantra. The roundtable was great, Ray. We got into heated debates. Anybody that talks crap about the Jets fan base, I step on their ass immediately. Jets run defense, the weakest part of the defense. Yeah, the past couple of games, we've been not as good as against the run. So that's definitely something that needs to get improved. No doubt about it. We like to see our success rate in the 2 running back pony package. I feel like we do really well in those formations. Yeah, I noticed that with Carter down, they put Berrios in that formation next to Bam Knight. So with Carter returning, it's going to be Knight and Carter in those in that formation, which would be exciting. So let's get into some predictions. Let's get into some predictions of the game, guys. What's Mike White's stat prediction? Let's start with Mike White. Is Mike White going to have another 300-plus yard game? It's going to be hard, man. In Buffalo, it's going to be a lot of terrible weather. See, man, this Bills fan can't even accept a loss. He says, we gave the Jets in Miami a 1-game handicap. Okay, that makes sense. Bills fans can't admit that the Jets were able to beat you because we straight up just were the better team that day. Are we the better team this season? No. Were we the better team that game? We were. We were the better defense. And ironically enough, we had a better quarterback performance in that game. And that quarterback isn't even our quarterback anymore. How crazy is that? This is where I can't agree with it. A Bills fan that cannot humbly take a loss, sorry. Sucks for you. Salty, salty, salty. All right, so Fresh, 315, 3 touchdowns, 80% QBR. Oh, we got some big time optimistic Jets fans in the chat right now. 240, 2 touchdowns, 16 of 27. I like that. Now, this is the most realistic I've seen. 500 yards, 10 touchdowns. $320, 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing. Jets by 7. Mike White goes over 300, 3 touchdowns, Wilson Moore, and a tight end. I'm down. You weren't even the better team that day when your quarterback threw 2 terrible interceptions. He got mauled by our defense, and you sucked that day. Dude, Bills fans still can't get over that the Jets beat them. I love it. I love it. Sucks for you. We're sitting pretty at 7-5. Yeah, you guys are 9-3. Congratulations. But I love that the Bills fans, I won't say all Bills fans, because there are a lot of Bills fans that gave the Jets a lot of credit for that win. They said that we were the better team that day, and they took it with a humble approach, and I respect those Bills fans. But then there's other Bills fans like, oh, we gave you that one. We gave you that win. We don't even need that win. Makes me laugh. That makes me laugh, man. I love it. Nothing like sports debates. Josh Allen had 2 turnovers. Pretty bad ones, by the way. Pretty bad ones. Now, will that happen again? I have no idea. I like it to happen, but I'm not going to bank on it. So that's why I feel like the Jets offense got to be able to step up. 231 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 rush. Jets win 45-28. Yeesh. That's a big prediction. Bam Knight, 123 rushing yards, 30 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. I can see that happening. This means he gets loose on a big gainer. Bryce Huff. Yeah, I could see Bryce Huff having a good game. Let's go, baby. Now, this is where I love going after Bills fans. Because what have the Bills done in recent memory that they have all this reason to talk crap? The Bills has been just as trash as the Jets for the recent memory until the past 3 years. Congrats. You made it to the playoffs. You've been the better team than the Jets. But don't forget where you came from. The Bills have been trash in the past 20 years with the Jets outside of the last 3. Yes, you're better than the Jets in the last 3 years, but I love that the Bills think that they're like on top of the world and they own this division because of the past 2 seasons. Yeah, you got the better of the AFC East. Yeah, you're better than the Jets right now. Congratulations. But like, don't make it seem like the Bills have done anything the past 30 years. You've been utterly trash. And you can't even like accept a humble loss. That's your issue, bro. That's not my issue. That's a you problem. That's what frustrates me, that Bills fans think that they're like on top of the world and they've been dominating this division, where it's been the Patriots division for 20 years, not the Bills. The Bills have had it for 2 or 3 years, and guess what? If they don't win the Super Bowl this year, that's an issue for the Bills, because that contract's going to kick in for Josh Allen, and there's not going to be a lot of talent around Josh Allen for a while. So this is kind of their window to win a Super Bowl. And don't get me wrong, they got a chance to win the Super Bowl. They are the first seed in the AFC right now. They got an opportunity to get the home playoffs throughout the AFC. But if they do not win the Super Bowl this year, that stinks for them. Stinks for them. That's all I got to say about the Bills, man. Remember where you came from as well. Because it's not like they've been right down with the Jets for a long time before they got their ship in the right direction with Sean McDermott and the boys. And they can't accept the fact that the New York Jets beat their asses in Week 9. And we'll see if they can do it again in Week 14. So I'm going to wrap up the stream here, guys. It's been a pleasure talking Jets with you. I'm excited for this Jets game, man. They got a big opportunity to, make a big statement and sweep those overrated Bills. I'm down. Now, if we lose this game, is it going to hurt? Absolutely. It's going to be our first time losing back-to-back games of the season. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys, all the support, all the love, all the hate. It's well warranted. I love you guys. Let's go Jets. And I can't wait to see what happens, man. Let's go Mike White. Mike White revenge game. He remembers what happened last year, and he's coming, baby. He's coming. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out. It's all love here, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.